peaceful protest. It is an incredible honor for me to be here. Again, I'm here with my beautiful wife, Suzanne. My honor was the ability to be able to spend 37 years as a Louisiana State Trooper. Not what I wanted to be at age 19 or 20. I wanted to be a professional baseball player, but I went to play a basketball game, and after an attempted layup, I spent about 7 days in the hospital, and that career was behind me. But it is incredibly blessed for me to be able to be here tonight, to get the phone call to ask from John Huvane, who's the CEO under Frank Siller, who named this foundation in honor of his brother, Stephen, asked me to attend the ceremony just this past Tuesday with Heather. Heather, I look at you and I think of Parker, though. I wish she was here tonight. I would love to see her. But they asked me to go to their home and to honor them with their mortgage being paid off. And to be able to be something like that meant the world to me because it was one of my own. And I'm particularly partial to the group of men and women that make up the Louisiana State Police and their legacy since 1936 within the state of Louisiana. But what I want to ask real quickly, ask all our first responders, our state troopers, our sheriff's deputies, our city police officers, our military, our firemen, and all our first responders, if you would stand up, please, and let us clap and honor you. Please stand up. You know, we hear so much negative in today's world about those people who did exactly what Vinny did, who did exactly what George did, who did exactly what Stephen did. And that stop what they're doing and they go to help a fellow person. Vinny didn't have to do that. Vinny was sitting at his desk. He heard the call. He said, I'm going. He was out there. George didn't have to do that. They wanted to do that. Stephen had left his ship the night before. He was going to play golf with his three brothers. And he heard what was going on at the Twin Towers. And he said, "Oh, I've got to go be with my guys." Just to the tunnels were blocked off. Nobody was going into Manhattan. He gets there and he didn't know what to do. Got in his car, grabbed his equipment, and he did what every first responder every single day in this nation, what they would do. He put it on, strapped it on his back, and he ran through that tunnel. Met up with his brigade just outside of the second tower, and what did they do? They went up. I'll tell you an interesting fact, the radio systems weren't the same. It is in Louisiana now, but it wasn't there. The New York Police Department, the New York Fire Department were on two different radio systems. So as the firemen were running up the building, the police were running down. They were told the first tower had fallen, and the second one was possibly going to fall. So the police officers were coming out, the firemen, Stephen, his brigade, they were running up. They didn't make it out of that building. And tonight we're here to honor, and of course with George and certainly with Vinny, we'll honor two individuals that paid that ultimate sacrifice. You know, and I pray every single day, but I thought about this yesterday morning when I was praying. I remembered something from a while back, and it's a poem. It's called Hope. And it tells us that hope is a wonderful, incredible gift from God. It tells us in our deepest, darkest moments that God is still in control. And when you sit there and think about what George went through, when you sit there and think about what Vinny went through, God's in control. I know there's going to be a lot of questions you're going to have at some point in your life. By the end of your life, you're going to wonder why. I think that about my little brother who was taken at a very early age. My wife thinks that about her dad who was taken when she was 12 years old. There's a lot of questions, but hope in the everlasting, hope in God gets the student loan. I think that's something we have to remember in times like this. We have to remember that hope will get us through that. The other thing I thought about, and I think is important, is the fact that, and a gentleman told me this when I first made Colonel, he came up to me and said, I want to tell you something, Colonel. I think this is appropriate for the two individuals you're on here tonight and we paid for it. He told me that it's just as difficult to defend the human spirit as it is to raise it. What do you think about that? First responders, our military, certainly Vinny, certainly George, on a daily basis. And everyone I talked to about Vinny, about how he treated people in this community. How so many times he made traffic stops, he dealt with individuals, and he saw the good in it. He saw the good in it. He could have hauled a lot of people off the jail, especially young kids. And what did he do? He took it back to their parents. And he said, you know what you do about it? So every single day, Louisiana State Troopers, city police officers, sheriff deputies, firemen, first responders, our military. They certainly have the ability to defend our human spirit, but every single day, people like George, people like Vinny, can raise it. And I'm proud to stand up here and represent an organization as the TtoT Towers Foundation to be able to honor those people who have the ability at the end of their life, at that moment, they're still raising the human spirit. 250 mortgages have been paid off by the TtoT Towers Foundation. 85 smart homes as today have been built or in the process of being built for our military and our Gold Star families who come home to the inability to be in a home, to move around in a wheelchair, where they've lost limbs, where they've lost arms, legs, the ability to function as human beings, to build a home that they can feel like, you know what, I mean something. And that's what the TtoT Towers Foundation does. 93 cents out of every dollar that you donate to this organization, if you add the 4 cents they use for fundraising, 97 cents of every dollar goes to do exactly what we're talking about.